Utah weather has not figured it out yet, but it is spooky season. Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Brie and this is 4 Paws in a Book. Today I am going to be doing a week-long vlog for the TBR Harvest that is hosted by Leandra from Leandra the TBR Zero. She has put so much work into this and it's such a fun readathon to just, you know, read your own books. Read your TBR, right? It's TBR-a-thon, but spooky. Leandra has made 3 different ways to play this game, so we can escape through a haunted house, we can escape through a corn maze, or we can pick our items for trick-or-treating. And I think that this week I am going to be doing the corn maze, and I'm gonna kind of roll as you go. So I may not make it all the way out. We'll see what happens. We're going to try our hardest and see what happens this week. So today is actually Monday, September 30th, but I have a big event tomorrow, so I wasn't gonna be able to film this tomorrow morning when I have to leave my house at 5 o'clock in the morning. That's not gonna be fun. So we're doing it tonight. We're gonna see what we're gonna start the month off with. So let's jump over to the game board. All right, welcome to my slightly janky TBR Harvest game board. I don't have a printer at home, and so I didn't have a way to print this out and have a physical copy of it. So I put it in my reading journal, which happens to be on my iPad, and here we are. Maybe I can make this a little bit bigger. There we go. Nope, maybe not. It's not going to zoom properly. There we go. And then I have my little game piece. I didn't want to wreck my screen, so we're just using a little paper bat. So we're going to start in the corn maze. Okay, had to change a little bit of a camera setting because it was just, the autofocus was not working. What is not janky though is that I bought new dice for this. Okay, here's the thing. We have Fablin happening in October. We have TBR Harvest. We have Spookopoly-thon. We have Scatagorathon. All of those require the dice. So I thought, why not get some spooky dice? So that's what I did. They came in this really cool dragon scale bag. And then here they are. Like, excuse me. They are dragons. All right, so now that we have got that all situated, let's go ahead and roll our dice. I'm gonna use the D8. I figured that's probably the best way to do that because I'm only doing this for a week, but I don't want to like move too fast through the board. So here we go. We have a 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. Paranormal. And then if I want to also collect the black cats, then I also need to do a mostly black cover. So let's see what we can find. Okay, I think the best way to start out spooky season is to read The Twisted Dead by Darcy Coates. I mean, you start out spooky season with a Darcy book, correct? And I think that this is, I mean, like it's mostly a purple cover, but if you look at the back, it's mostly black. Listen, we're counting it. The cats are a bonus anyways, but this is the 3rd book in the Gravekeeper series, so definitely paranormal. Kira is ready for a normal life, hunted and haunted. All she wants is to put her mysterious past behind her and move forward with her new friends as Blightly Graveyard's groundkeeper. So this is the 3rd book in the Gravekeeper series, so it is definitely the middle of a series. I really love this series. I think that it's a really nice introduction to horror while still being like a part of a series, which is great. And we really started to find out some more stuff about our main character in the 2nd book and why she was struggling with remembering things. And I think she just kind of wants to move past that, but obviously that's not going to happen. There is a recluse, and a crumbling ancestral estate steeped in history that's equal parts complicated and bloody. The owner believes that his home is haunted, so of course we're going to hire the person who can see dead people, see ghosts, to come to the estate. So should be a really good time. That's gonna be the first book that we read for the week. Let's kick off spooky season. I probably will not talk to you until at least tomorrow night. Potentially not until Wednesday, because I have a big work event tomorrow. So, you know, dang adult job being, you know, right in the middle of all of the important things happening in spooky season. Let's chat. It's Thursday. So I haven't talked to you in a couple days. It's fine, don't worry about it. I have done very little reading. Like I said, Tuesday was an absolutely crazy day at work because we put on a conference essentially for other restaurant owners, basically like letting experts kind of speak on different topics in restaurants, be it like supply chain and marketing, and I'm trying to think of like what all we had, employee retention, that kind of stuff. One of our main goals as a company is to be able to empower other entrepreneurs and like help other people live their dream, and so this is just one way that we do that, to kind of like give back to the restaurant industry. So that's what I was doing Tuesday, was kind of working that. I was not speaking. I'm not a speaker, but I was, you know, facilitating other things. So that was a long day. Obviously, I did not get any reading done. And then Wednesday, I had to kind of catch up on everything that I normally would be doing on Tuesday, because I wasn't like at the office. Anyways, it's Thursday. So I am a little over 50% of the way through The Twisted Dead, and it's great. I'm having a great time. It's been a while since I read this series or read anything in this series, and I think it was December that I read book 2. So it's been almost a year, but I feel like we jumped right back into the story, and I definitely think that this is kind of a cozy horror. It's like scary, but not in a gross, gruesome way, if that makes sense. And Darcy's really great about that. And I feel like we already know the characters, but because our main character has amnesia and she doesn't know what's going on, we get to learn things about the character in each book, because we're starting to find out some things that have happened to her, and like why people are after her, kind of thing. But then we also have this little like independent serialized mystery, and I'm loving that, because the setting for this one is that they went to this recluse's mansion, and he has all of these ghosts that are tied to him, and they're essentially sucking the life out of him. And so she is like, well, I don't know what to do. This is above my pay grade. What am I don't know what I'm doing. And so she's like trying to figure that out, trying to figure out how to be able to help him, to be able to get these other ghosts to like move on and like stop killing him, essentially. It feels a little bit like desperate, a little bit depressing, but there's still like this element of hope of like her not wanting to give up, not wanting to stop trying. So that's where we're at. I will be able to finish this today. I have a lot of reports to do, a lot of like just like kind of busy work, if that makes sense, and I only have one meeting, so I should be good. I will have lots of time to read and get stuff done, and then when I finish it, we will do our next roll, and hopefully it also matches up with Fabelin, because this one worked really well. Hopefully the next one works too. I finished The Twisted Dead today at work, and I'm gonna give it 4 stars. And here's the thing, I've given the entire series 4 stars, but I do think that this one, like, they have gotten progressively better, but I don't feel like they are 4.5 or 5 stars, if that makes any sense. We're gonna go with 4, but it's a high 4. Because even if it was a 4.5, like, it would be rounded down to 4 on Goodreads, if that makes sense. I really love the atmosphere of this one. I really love the idea of the ghost being tied to a person rather than just a place. I think that that was a really unique and interesting way to tie in the ghost and the spirits. And I also really liked the like tie-in to the ghost that she already knew to the new ghost that were coming in and the new situation that she has to deal with. However, I think that we left our big, like, our big story with our main character and how she has amnesia and someone's following her and tracking her, and like we don't know what's going on, and I feel like we still left that on a really big cliffhanger, and I definitely want to continue the series. So yeah, I'm not gonna do that in this vlog, even if there is one that fits, because you know we gotta move on, we gotta do some other things. But let's go ahead and roll for our next book. All right, time to pick our second book. We were on Paranormal Read, so there's that. Let me find my dice. I'm gonna push this up a little bit so that we can... Ooh, we got a 7. That's a big number. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 6, 7. Cat in the book or cozy read? Let's do cat in the book, and we'll see if I can find something, because I don't want to be like done here. And if I get to cozy read, then like we're done. I don't want to do it with just like 3 books. So let's see what we can find. So cat in the book. It's harder than one might think, but the other option is cozy, and that is also like, I don't want to like be right next to the end of the board after only 2 books, but also I'm not in a cozy mood. I'm not. However, the book that I chose is pretty cozy, but it's gay. So yeah, I'm gonna read Pumpkin Spice and Poltergeist. I don't know if it has a cat, but there's a cat on the cover, so we're just gonna go with it. We're going to pretend like it works. Really hope that it actually has a cat in it. We're gonna use a good faith effort. If I think that there is, then there is. If I can make the argument, I'm not gonna read another book. But that's what we're gonna read. This is a like queer witchy romance. Get ready for a bewitching tale of love, laughter, and supernatural shenanigans in the heart of Maple Hollow. The last thing apothecary witch Jordan had on her mind was romance, but when she got witchy wasted, she cracked open the coffin of her love life and conjured the ghost of her ex-girlfriend. Oops. Here's the thing. I'm not a huge fan of like the contemporary witchy stories. I have liked some in the past, but they tend to be like really punny and just like kind of corny. And like that right there just felt like a Hallmark movie, a Disney Channel original movie kind of thing. I don't know if this is gonna be great, but I have liked this author's work in the past, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hello everybody. I am 55% of the way through Pumpkin Spice and Poltergeist. Can confirm there is a cat in this book, so we are good there. I don't know how I feel about this book. It's very short. It's 218 pages, is what Goodreads is saying, so very, very short. It's just cute, right? It's very Halloween Town vibes, which I guess if you're in the mood for that, great. It has great reviews on Goodreads. Everybody is loving it. They're saying it's a fun, cozy time. And like, I appreciate obviously like the queer relationship and things like that. It does feel a little bit stereotypical. Like there was one sentence that I just kind of had to like, oh God. She said, I've only been on one date with this girl and I already want to jump her bones. Maybe I should have rented the U-Haul. And it's like, okay, come on guys. Do we have to? Okay. Yeah. So, there's also a little bit of a mystery element into it, because now we're trying to figure out why the ghost died. Like she was in a car accident. On the anniversary of her death, our main character summoned the ghost of her ex-girlfriend just to kind of get closure. She said it wrong. She did the spell wrong, and now she's stuck. But there also like there was something weird about the car accident. Someone was like, oh, you know, the car smelled like alcohol, but our main character's like, she doesn't drink. That's weird. She definitely wouldn't be drinking and driving. And so there's this like mystery of like somebody's lying or there was somebody else in the car. And so now we have a little bit of a mystery element to it. So that's kind of a fun B plot. I don't know, it's fine. I want to show you a little something, actually 2 somethings, because I finally got my bookmark for Fablin, which I am like also doing along with this. It happens that this will also fit the second main prompt, which I think was weather on the cover. It fit like a couple different ones, but it is gonna work for Fablin, so that's that. But this is the bookmark. And then I got this. This is a special edition of House of Bane and Blood. And this isn't a romantasy vlog or anything like that, but we just have to talk about this. So it's gorgeous. She's so pretty. This is like a slipcover. Look at this. It's shiny. And then on the back it says, not all cages are built with bars. Some, like mine, were made from the shackles of duty and the chains of domestic obligations. So stunning. It has these beautiful sprayed edges, and I think she is planning on doing this for City of Mirth and Malice as well, if I remember correctly. I'll have to look on her Instagram, but I feel like I remember seeing this, but I obviously missed it for the first book, but I found it on Pango for like $40 I think, and I had a bunch of Pango bucks, so I bought it. The quote on the slipcover says, "Wanting you isn't hard, princess. It's all the rest that makes it difficult." Anyways, this is probably my favorite book of 2024, like best series. I don't think I can choose between the two. It's like choosing a child. So very excited to have that on my, like, yes, prized possessions. So I'm gonna finish this book up today. There's not that much left, like maybe 100 pages. I'm doing Patreon sprints right now, and then I'm just gonna kind of take the day to chill and finish reading. And then tomorrow I will be doing mostly like filming and stuff like that, and then doing some house cleaning. Oh, I need to go switch laundry. I'm gonna go do that right now. Hello, I have finished Pumpkin Spice and Poltergeist. I went out on my porch after I finished up with sprints and just sat out there and finished up my book. It was so nice because it's warm, but it was still like fall, right? So that's what I did this afternoon. And now it's time to pick another book. We'll see what happens. So let's do that. I think I'm gonna give it 3 stars. Like, it was fine, and the ending was really cute. The epilogue was so cute. I'm not one that like loves cutesy, cheesy like epilogues. I don't know, maybe I'm a cynic at heart, but the two like proposing to each other is just such a cute gay thing, and I was here for it. So yeah, I do think that it ramped up really fast, and that's typical for romance novellas. So that's something that like I should have known was coming. But if you want like a cute fall, kind of witchy, it's not spooky, like it's not scary, but it's a fall spoopy time, this might be one that will really work for you. I don't know. So let's pick another book. All right, here we go. I don't really want to set up my entire setup here, so we're just holding the camera. Here we go. I got a 3. So because we're going through the corn maze, we have to have green or yellow on the cover of our book. 1, 2, found friendship or autumnal cover. I think I want to go autumnal cover because I feel like we've just kind of been in a vibe this whole week. So why not stick with it? But let's see what I can find. So autumnal cover. This is great. We're just kind of sticking with these, you know, fall vibes. I'm seeing a great thumbnail here. I am going to be reading You Shouldn't Have Come Here by Geneva Rose. I read Home is Where the Bodies Are last month. I read it for my seasonal spooky vlog, so I'll link it up above if you want to watch that. I had such a good time with that book, and so I know that people don't love this one as much. Listen, we're just here for a fun time, and it feels autumnal, like it feels kind of cold and dark and isolating. And also the next prompt that I'm reading for Fablin is a book that casts like something on the cover cast a shadow, and it's really hard to see. However, the car does cast a little bit of a shadow, so counting it. This is about a woman who books an Airbnb for like a little getaway, and then someone else also has booked that Airbnb, so they're like double booked. What's really funny is that I've read romance books that are the same, but this is definitely not a romance. It's if that is not sexy. When she arrives at the idyllic getaway, she's pleased to find that the owner is a handsome man by the name of Calvin Wells. He's eager to introduce her to his easygoing way of life. Oh, maybe it's not a double booking. Maybe it's the owner. There are things that Grace discovers she's not too pleased about: lack of cell phone service, a missing woman, and a feeling that something isn't right with the ranch. Despite her uneasiness, the two bond and start to fall for one another. However, as her departure date nears, things change for the worse. What began as a playful romance soon turns into a complicated web of lies. Sounds interesting. Sounds like it could be a good time. So I'm gonna get the audiobook. I think it's on the Audible Plus library, and so this is gonna be my next book, and I will talk to you when I know a little bit more about it. Hello, happy Sunday. I have done very little reading. I think I'm on chapter 3 of You Shouldn't Have Come Here. The audiobook is good. It's one of the male narrators that I really, really like. Let me see who it is. I recognize his voice, but I'm really bad with names. Andrew Eden. He did Home is Where the Bodies Are, so that makes sense. But he also does a lot of romances. He did Birthday Girl, How to End a Love Story, Mr. Wrong Number, When in Rome. All of the Lyssa Kay Adams books, that's where I recognize his voice from. The other person is Andy Arndt. And what has she done? Ooh, Sleep Tight. I haven't read it yet, but I have that one. Some like Laura Blakely, Vi Keeland. Okay. It doesn't look like anything that I've read before. Anyways, regardless. It's Sunday, so I've been watching football a lot. I also edited 2 videos. I had to edit my September wrap up and my Patreon video, my exclusive video for the top 2 tiers, because I realized I hadn't done that. So that's what we did for most of the day today. But I have a couple of Amazon packages I want to open for you guys because I got some Halloween decorations for the living room. I decorated the office last week and absolutely love it, but I want to decorate some in here, not a lot. I'm not like a big decorator, but I do it for Christmas, and I was like, well, why not do it for Halloween too? So I ordered some stuff. Okay, so this is actually gonna go in the bathroom. So Derek and I both work in food safety. That's our job. We have the same job, just for 2 different companies. So I got this little sign that says, "It rubs the soap on its hands or else it spreads disease again." It's funny. It's funny. So anyways, got that. I think there's another bathroom sign that I have in here too. And then these, I think, are the candles, perhaps? I got like the battery powered candles. Okay, yeah. These are some battery operated candles that are like spooky. So we've got the spider, this crow, which I think is so cool, and then the skull. So put those here somewhere. Do I have batteries for them, I wonder? AA batteries? I should have some AA batteries. This is not decor. This is for my Kindle. It's a really, really cute spooky pop socket. Look how cute it is. I love it. I'm gonna redecorate my Kindle when the rest of my stuff comes in. I've had like the flip case for it, and I'm just done with that. So we're not gonna do that anymore. Let me grab the other box. All right, here's the other bathroom sign. Oh, that's why this was so heavy. My protein shakes are in here too. Please do not summon demons in the bathroom. Funny. And then I got, I'm not going to open this right now, but I got this like black leaf garland, so it's like spooky. And then this is like a spider web netting that goes on the mantle. So those are the other things that I'm gonna get, or that I'm gonna do. I'll put some clips in once I start putting it together. I might do that tonight. I don't know. Derek is out this week, or not this week. He comes back tomorrow. He just had to go down to Las Vegas for a work convention that I didn't have to go to. That's the good thing. Like, we have, a lot of times we will go to the same conferences because we do have very similar jobs, but his job is over convenience stores, and the National Association for Convenience Stores has their conference this week. So he's down there and I'm here by myself. I've got the football game on, but I don't really care about it, other than like I have some players playing in my fantasy league. So like I'll have it on, but I am gonna be focusing on, you shouldn't have come here, and chilling and doing that tonight. I ordered dinner because I don't want to do dishes. So I got some noodles. There's a little pasta place that Derek doesn't like, so I ordered it. So that should be here in 20 minutes or so. And I'm gonna clean this up and find some batteries and then read.
Sipping an overcame. We're far from where we started when things were getting harder. I'm trying to feel your pain. I know I'm pretty stubborn, but you're also pretty stubborn. I'd never talk about our next move, and it's getting old.
It is about 9 o'clock. The game started much later than it was supposed to because it was raining in Pittsburgh apparently, or there was like lightning in Pittsburgh. So I probably will not be watching the whole game. I'm really tired. I don't know why I'm tired, but I am. But I am on chapter 20 of You Shouldn't Have Come Here, which is 115 pages in. And okay, I'm very confused by this book, but it's very easy to read. It feels like a romance, right? So you have this main character who comes to this Airbnb, and it's not like realistic in the fact that, what are you doing, Bubs? You can't see him. Let me see if I can like move the camera. He's bringing you a toy. He just walks around with stuffies in his mouth. He doesn't play with them. He just walks around with them. They're his emotional support stuffies. It's really funny.
So anyways, now he's like, don't make fun of me. I'm gonna lay down. Like I was saying, there's this lady that shows up at the Airbnb. And it's weird because like he lives there too. And so like they're having dinner. Excuse me, I can't stop yawning. He's making her dinner and like it's very much like it's a romance, right? It feels like a one bed trope romance. And like I know though, because like it's a thriller, that like something is off. And everybody's acting just a little bit weird because he's a little bit possessive, but then like when you're in his POVs, it seems like he's being like this sweet cinnamon roll of a guy. And then like, I don't know what happens. I don't know. And then so there's a friend, like a girl who's a friend of his, who's like uber jealous of this new chick. And then the cops show up, like the sheriff shows up and was like, oh, we're looking for this woman. And I have two theories. Either because like she had like seen women's clothes in the guest room when she was unpacking. And so like, did he kill her? Did the friend kill her? Or I also was like, I kind of forgot about the clothes thing. And I was like, my original first thought was actually that she was the lost girl, but that's not right because they said her sister was her sister had reported her missing from Michigan and this chick is from New York, although that's what she says. But when she had gotten a concussion, she was like, oh, I don't like, she was like very hesitant about her name and she didn't know her insurance or anything like that. And so that leads me to believe that like not everything that she is saying should be taken as fact. So I don't know, that's my thoughts. I'm gonna take a shower and probably go to bed. I will chat with you in the morning. I probably will not finish this tonight unless I just like listen to it for the rest of the evening after I get ready for bed. But I will talk to you tomorrow. Hello everybody. It's been a couple of days, but I wanted to talk to you. I finished You Shouldn't Have Come Here by Geneva Rose. I enjoyed this. Can't say that I loved it. It's definitely not as good as Homes Where the Bodies Are, but I didn't hate it like I kind of thought I was going to because there was a lot of low ratings about on this. But I'm gonna give it 3.5 stars. And I think the reason why I had so much fun with it is because I read so much romance. And this is the book for like fans of You or There Are No Saints, because this line between what a thriller is and what a romance is so small. It's basically, do you think what he's doing is sexy or creepy? And that's the genre we're gonna fall in. Like, it was interesting because like you're seeing this like romance build between the two of them and you're almost like, oh, he's a golden retriever guy, and then like, and you're just, by the end of it, you're just like, what happened? And like nobody is what they said they are. Like, everyone is hiding something. Nobody's a great person. So, yeah. I had a good time with it. Like, it was fun. I read it very quickly, and it was one of those, like, books that you just, like, wanted to continue reading. Not an all-time favorite, but I'm glad that I read it, because I was really afraid of it. A lot of people really did not like this one. And I can see why, because I think that the ending is, like, a little bit nonsensical. And maybe because I knew that going in, because a lot of the reviews say that, there's like not a ton of logic. If you need that in a thriller, this isn't going to work for you. But just for a fun time, sure, great. I think it's the same reasoning why if you didn't like The Writing Retreat, you're not going to like this. Same thing. The ending does not have any logic. So, yeah. We're going to try one more book because I haven't gotten out of the corn maze yet. Do I think I'll get there with this last roll? I don't know, because there's like, I don't think so. Well, we might just be stuck in the corn maze forever. It's fine. But we are going to do one more book and see if we can find a good final book. Okay, so here's our board. We're on the autumnal cover, so no, we will definitely not be making it to the end. I guess I should have taken the shorter route earlier in the week. Oh well. 3. 1, 2, 3. Escape the haunted house. So that means that we actually need to grab the board from the other TBR Harvest board and find a prompt from there. Okay, so looking at this picture here, it's the haunted house where we have to escape. And I could be misinterpreting this, but I'm just picking a prompt from there.
I could be misinterpreting, but it's fine. But I am going to do The Chimney, which is the hyped book, and I'm going to be reading So Thirsty by Rachel Harrison. There's a couple of people that are reading this for Cassie and Mel's Patreon book club, and I'm seeing the Discord notifications, and I want to click on the buttons, so I want to read this. It's also pretty short, and it's, seasonal. I don't know if I'll be able to read it outside of October, so I think this is a good time for that. So that's what we're going to do. This, I think, is a vampire book. After a night out leads to irrevocable changes in this juicy, thrilling novel from USA Today bestselling author, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Well, I'll let you know when I know a little bit more. Good morning. I am 200 pages into So Thirsty by Rachel Harrison. I meant to come and talk to you yesterday, when I was earlier in this book, and that just didn't happen. Because I don't know that I have a ton to say about this book. I have only read Black Sheep from her before, and I really, really liked that book. And this one, I'm going back and forth from being absolutely bored to really, really intrigued, and then back and then forth. It's kind of a roller coaster. First off, I do want to say I hate the best friend. And I don't love the way that Rachel's writing her. It almost feels like it's trying to be a sapphic relationship, but it's platonic. And I don't know, she's just annoying. And I keep forgetting that our characters, or at least our main character, is entering midlife. She's been married for 15 years, her life is falling apart, and so then this whole, new adventure is happening. And I can really relate to that, right? Obviously, I'm not middle-aged yet, but I can see this this idea of kind of just wallowing through life, just kind of spinning your wheels, and nothing is going the way that it's supposed to, and you had this dream when you were a younger person, and nothing is the way that you had imagined it. And so I think that that's a relatable story. And she goes to New York for this wild weekend for her birthday. She's just trying to let loose, trying to do something different, something out of the ordinary. And so I don't know, that part was interesting, but the friend, she just makes the dumbest decisions, and she feels so much younger. And if you're 40, you're not making stupid decisions like that. You have more life experience. So, there's that. She feels like a teenager. The vampires are very interesting. It's almost like this, religious cult kind of thing going on, which kind of ties into the writing style of Black Sheep. I'm enjoying it, but I don't know that I'm loving it. I'm definitely not, as invested as I was with Black Sheep. We'll put it that way. Because I love that book. But, yeah, I have less than 100 pages left of this book, so should definitely be able to finish it today, and that'll be a wrap on TBR Harvest for the week. Obviously, we're still stuck in the corn maze, but it is what it is. It's fine. That's my thoughts on this. It feels, I don't know, it definitely feels more literary horror. And I think that that's just where Rachel Harrison sits. And Black Sheep may have been the anomaly, because I know a lot of people have criticisms of her other books, specifically Such Sharp Teeth and Cackle, I think, is another one that people are oh, it feels literary. And that's what it is. This feels kind of like a contemporary story that then she's turned into a vampire, on an unfortunate night. So, anyway, that's my thoughts. I'll talk to you later.
Hello, everybody. I'm here to wrap up the vlog because I finished So Thirsty. Here's the thing. I think that Rachel Harrison just might not be the author for me. I think Black Sheep might have been the anomaly, because this was kind of boring until way too late in the book. It's definitely more literary than what I prefer a horror to be, because here's the thing, this book is small, it's very short, it's right at 300 pages, I think. I just don't think it used the space well enough, because there were parts that I was intrigued. I was really invested in these vampires, and I wanted to know more about those, and I liked the little romance that we had going on, but we didn't get enough of that. We cut too much of her and the friend, and I hate the friend. To the end, I was just you are codependent and toxic. I mean, I get what it was trying to do. I can see the audience for it, and I think that there will be people that really, really love this book, but for me it was just really middle of the road. So it's gonna be 3 stars, and that's gonna wrap up this vlog. So unfortunately we ended on kind of a middle of the road book. a lot of these books ended up being middle of the road. Yes, I'm still stuck in the corn maze. I didn't escape. It's fine. I didn't read as much as I was going to this week, but that's okay. Next week, we're going to be playing Spookopolython, so the dice will still come out. The bat will still be here, but that's what we're going to be doing. Let me know down in the comments below. I'm curious. What kind of spooky season reader are you? Because I feel like we read a wide variety of like spooky season content this week, because like Pumpkin Spice and Poltergeist was very cute and like Hallmark channel-y, and then we had some like traditional horror as well. So let me know. And if you are not feeling chatty, do a bat emoji, I guess. I think there's a bat. There's a bat. Or the vampire emoji. If you want to check out some more of my videos, YouTube's gonna have one right here that they think you're gonna like, and you can check it out. That's all I have for you today. If you're new here and you have not yet subscribed, there's a little button that you can do so down below the video. If you'd like to hang out with me more, the links to my Instagram, Goodreads, Twitter, and my Patreon are linked in the description below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!